San Francisco, 1981. A young man named Gatton Dugas boards a plane, unknowingly carrying a mysterious illness doctors can't name. Across the country, doctors are puzzled, patients are dying, and a creeping silence smothers warnings. What if this story wasn't just bad luck, but a catastrophic failure of politics, prejudice, and science? The question haunts every page of Randy Shilts' epic investigation. At first, AIDS is a whispered rumor among doctors and communities, ignored or misunderstood. But hidden within this silence lies a deadly epidemic that's spreading fast. How did no one stop it? Gatton Dugas, a Canadian flight attendant, got pegged as patient zero, the man who brought AIDS to America. Shilts dives deep into Dugas's life, part victim, part misunderstood scapegoat. Far from a villain, Dugas's story embodies the human cost of ignorance and fear during those early dark days in San Francisco and New York. Imagine a theater curtain that won't rise, hiding a fire raging on stage. The federal government treated AIDS like that curtain, refusing to acknowledge the blaze. Budgets were slashed, data ignored, and political fears silenced urgent action. This wasn't just negligence, it was a deadly gamble between public health and political comfort. Scientists, typically heroes in crises, got caught up protecting their reputations and turf. Instead of racing to solve the mystery, many guarded their findings, chasing prestige over lives. Like musicians in a band obsessed with solo spotlight, cooperation faltered, delaying progress when every day's delay cost thousands of lives. While official silence ruled, brave activists and journalists refused to turn away. Their relentless fight forced the world to hear what it desperately wanted to ignore. Randy Shilts wasn't just a reporter, he was a relentless hunter of truth. Covering gay issues for the San Francisco Chronicle, he risked backlash uncovering government failures and human stories. His investigative beat gave a voice to victims and shone a spotlight on deadly delays, turning scattered cries into a roar the nation couldn't silence. By the mid-1980s, ACT UP exploded onto the scene, disrupting complacency with audacious protests. Their fury wasn't just anger, it was desperation fueling public change. Die-ins, rallies, and confrontations forced media attention and pressured politicians. ACT UP showed how grassroots activism could pierce government indifference and stigma. The gay community wasn't just fighting a disease, they were battling society's disdain. Families torn apart, loved ones lost amid hatred and fear. This wasn't just a health crisis, it was a fight for humanity and dignity. Their courage reshaped public perceptions and forced a redefinition of compassion in America. Looking back, it's clear this catastrophe wasn't inevitable. What systemic flaws allowed an epidemic to spiral unchecked, and how do we make sure history doesn't repeat itself? Throughout the 1980s, budget cuts and political infighting gutted CDC's ability to act. Shilts details how every dollar withheld was a missed opportunity, testing delayed, education underfunded, and patients left isolated. The cold calculus of budget battles showed how financial priorities crushed public health urgency. Layers of bureaucracy tangled efforts like weeds choking a garden. Scientists guarded data, agencies pointed fingers, and red tape strangled innovation. Just like a band refusing to synchronize, agencies competed rather than collaborated, running the clock while the epidemic spread unchecked. Transparency emerged as the antidote. When activists, journalists, and some brave insiders broke the silence, the truth ignited awareness that fueled action. Shilts' narrative proves that clear, honest communication isn't just ethical, it's the only way to save lives before the band plays its last note. Remember Gatton on that plane, his story tangled in silence and neglect. And the band played on isn't just history, it's a blueprint on what happens when fear and politics trump care. Try this, next time you face uncomfortable truths, don't look away, speak up. Because sometimes breaking the silence can save millions. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.